Hey everyone, it's Tracy here with another 6x6 scrapping on a 12x12 layout. So for this layout, I'm going to use the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection. I have the start with the 12x12 paper, which I'm not exactly sure what it's called because I used it on top. It is called First Date. It's like the orange with polka dots. And I'm just going to go through my 6x6 pad and find some papers that I want to use on this layout. And it's all from the same collection, so everything coordinates and matches. So I picked out the jars, and then one where it's kind of like a ledger paper, which I'm actually going to use as my photo mat. And then there's a couple other ones, the chevron, wood grain striped, and then the like light blue teal polka dot paper. So first I'm just going to cut, as you can see, the strips of the jars. I'm going to cut 2 of them and just line them up like that. And it doesn't matter, the ones in the middle, they don't match up, but I'm going to put my paper or my picture over that, so it doesn't matter that they don't line up. And those are the chipboard pieces from the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan collection as well. I'm just finding, kind of laying them out and seeing what I like. I don't end up using the cloud or the heart Polaroid. I change that out a little later. So with the chevron paper and then the blue polka dot paper, I'm just cutting those into, I believe, 1 inch by 2 inch strips. And then I'm going to cut the little points on them to make banners that go all the way across. There are dies that you can get to make them so that they're all even, but it doesn't really bother me if they're not quite perfect. You can always just cut a slit up the center of it and then cut from the corner to the point and the corner to the point, and that is pretty accurate. Alright, so now I'm just gonna adhere down the banners. You don't need very much adhesive at all. I just used a little strip of ATG adhesive. And then I'm going to ink the edges of my 6x6 paper, which is going to be my photo mat. I'm using Pumice Stone Distress ink, which is like a gray color, and it goes along. There's a lot of grays within the lines, so it matches perfect. And I always use just the foam applicator, and I don't put like very much on at all. And then I'm going to adhere that down before I add my picture or anything, because I'm going to use the clay Mr. Huey's, and I'm just going to flick some spots onto there. And it looks a lot darker when it's still wet. As you can see it drying, it lightens up a little bit. I just wanted a few dots, not a lot. So then I have the strip, and that's from the top of the whichever side of the paper. It just has the barcode and everything on, and then the other side is the pattern. So I just adhered that to the top, and then I have a couple of that's the Polaroid chipboard piece that I switched out. And now I'm just trying to decide which alphabet stickers I want to use. And those were white from the Dear Lizzie collection. But I don't think I had enough of the letters I needed, or I didn't like the white on the white. And it's kind of a scripty font, but I believe it is the one that actually goes with the Neapolitan collection. But I end up using just the glitter foam white ones from American Crafts. Those are my favorite thickers by far. I love the glitter. And they're so simple that they match pretty much anything. So I'm just spelling out baby. And then I'm going to use the Dear Lizzie alphabet. It's like the Scrabble tile. They're a coral color. And I'm going to write baby girl, or just girl with those. So then my title is baby girl. And then I'm going to adhere down my chipboard pieces. And that one I'm just going to use my ATG gun. And then with the pretty, that little, looks like a badge or a award, I just use a glue dot. And then I'm going to take a piece of vellum, and it's probably like 5 inches long. I don't actually know because I didn't measure. And then I'm cut it down to like 1 inch, and I'm just going to rip one of the edges just to give it some texture. And then I'm going to use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher with the little staples, and that is how I'm going to adhere or attach the vellum to the paper. I'm just going to do 2 staples on each side. That's an awesome way to adhere down vellum since you don't want to see the adhesive underneath, and there's not very many adhesives where you can do that. And then I'm just taking some Studio Calico wood veneer stars, and I'm just placing them randomly in a couple of spots. Those are my favorite wood veneers of all time. I think I have like 3 packs of them, just because I never want to run out. And they're my favorite. They're kind of like the thickers that I was talking about. They go with anything. And I'm just adhering them down with some Tombow Mono Multi-Glue. I find that's the best glue for those since it's like a liquid glue and it dries clear and it attaches them very well. And then I just have my Zig pen, black, and I'm outlining the 6x6 piece just along the top and the bottom. It's just kind of a different look. I've never actually done that before on a layout. And I was debating whether or not to add journaling to it, and I decided not to, just because it is a picture of me when I was younger, and I obviously don't remember it at all, so it's kind of hard to journal about it, so I just decided not to write anything. And then I'm just taking some sequins, they're white and clear, and sprinkling them in a couple different spots. I've found myself having to add sequins to everything lately. I just love the look and the sparkle, and it's a lot cheaper than rhinestones. And then I also use my Tombow Mono Multi-Glue to adhere those down. You just need a little dot, not very much at all. That's actually my first bottle that I've had, and I've had it over a year. And I had to make around 100 wedding tags. I had to glue them together with that bottle, so it has lasted me a very long time. Alright, and that is my complete layout. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.